self-love, and how to discover the imposter type beliefs that make you feel unloving to yourself. So we're going to also discuss why self-love is important for your business growth. And we're going to also discuss how to start implementing self-love in your daily routine. So I hope y'all are ready to polish up, okay? I hope y'all is ready to polish up. Because first off, I want to start by saying taking ownership is all about taking responsibility and understanding that your mind is not you. Your mind is a mechanical thing that God put inside of you in order for you to take control of your co-creations. Okay. So that means that you are not on earth to sit back and play the victim. You are not here to sit back and play like you have no control. Okay. Because I'm telling you here, this is a process that you need to understand that we have to continuously reprogram our mind. We have to continuously polish up. We have to keep our vibration at a point of love, okay? Instead of fear, we have to stay in love. So we have to continue to renew and cleanse our mind, and it's a daily practice, okay? So our mind pretty much experiences whatever we give it. Okay, our experiences are the thoughts that we have. This is a goal that we need to set to start taking control and really just taking responsibility to have respect for our own mind, giving attention to our own thoughts, giving attention to our own feelings. And that way we have no excuse. Okay. So taking ownership, like I said, is taking responsibility for what we can control, which is our own vibration, our own energy embodiment. Okay. So taking ownership is all about being able to be the observer, being the awareness, being the witness of our thoughts. Okay. Consciousness is all about being able to understand that we're not our thoughts. Thoughts come and go, they pass, but we have to have the emotional intelligence to not always react, okay, in a negative vibration. So what we want to do is ask ourselves, how can we take ownership of our feelings? So there's different ways that we can do this. One of the ways that we can start by taking ownership of our own feelings is working on our belief system. And in order to work on our belief system, as we touched in the first module, was all about self-awareness. So it was self-awareness where we were in observation mode during the meditation where we're observing the thoughts. So now with this module 2, taking ownership of our feelings, we have to decide that our feelings matter more. Okay. So, and this is what I consider what self-love is all about. I feel like self-love is loving yourself so unconditionally. So you have the respect for yourself to not accept anything less than your ideal feeling. So the first thing I would like for you to do is write down, and you don't have to actually work on this right now. You can write this down for later. I would like for you to write down, what is my ideal feeling? How do I prefer to feel on a daily basis? Okay. Whether that's joy, happiness, love, bliss. How do you want to feel? Peace. Okay. Contentment. So you're going to write that down. That's going to be one of your journal prompts as well that you can use. Like I said, this is not a one-time thing. This process of self-discovery, this is a journey for you to develop a closer bond and relationship with yourself, your inner being, and understanding that you are the source of your feelings. Outside things do not control you. Okay, you are in control. You are the master and not the servant. Okay. That means that you master your mind and you master your feelings, okay? All right. So in order to take ownership of your feelings, I can throw out some ideas that may help. In order to master your feelings, if you like to journal, Journaling is where you just every single day, whether it's when you first wake up or before bed, you journal and you pretty much like brain dump. You write out every and anything that comes out, anything on your mind, you just release and you let it all out. Okay. And this really does serve with helping your mental health, because instead of holding in and keeping those feelings and thoughts bottled up, you're releasing them. Okay. You can also write a love letter to yourself. Write this love letter, and this is something that you can go back and read each and every day. You can actually, like I did in my journey when I first started out, I actually went on Google Docs and I typed up my letter and I actually laminated it, and it's somewhere where I can see it each and every day. You can do this on a flashcard. You can just write this letter to yourself every night in your journal, however you wish. Some other things you can do if you love to dance, moving your body. This was what worked for me, okay? When we understand feminine energy, energy and motion is what we need to remember, okay? Because stagnant energy, stuck energy, pent up energy is what causes those negative feelings and emotions, okay? Energy is always moving, okay? So, that's actually the importance of movement. So if you like to exercise, exercising is a great way to connect to your source energy as well. And it also helps you feel better. Okay. When you move, your blood vessels are flowing. You just engage and let the feminine flow of energy move throughout your body. So this here is very important when it comes to feeling good, feeling great. You want to continuously have a routine of doing something every single day that's going to make you feel good, make you feel loved, and make you feel connected to your inner being. Okay. This process is all about showing yourself some love. Okay. So one thing that we want to touch bases on is that with your mind, in order to take ownership, you have to notice that we can protect our mind or we can destroy our mind. So when we take ownership, we actually are being mindful. We are actually observing and taking ownership to see how are we really treating ourselves. So one thing I want you to write is, what is my definition of self-love? What does self-love mean to me? Okay. And this is also something that you can meditate on. You can actually, as we stated in the other video about the deep breathing technique and also meditation, connect with your heart and not your mind. Connect with your heart. When you silence your thoughts and you channel in with your deep breathing, ask yourself that question. You can ask it aloud or you can ask this within, and you will hear the answer. Be patient with yourself. Recognize any tense feelings that may come up, but also just be patient with yourself. I cannot stress that enough, is to be patient with yourself while embracing and discovering yourself and connecting to your higher meaning. So, in order to really take ownership, we respect ourselves enough to know that this is a process. This does not happen overnight. And alignment is where we are aligned to the best way that we should be, which is operating in a state of love, not in a state of fear. Love is the most beautiful feeling to feel within, and love does not come from any outside things. We are love. God is love. The energy of love is within us, and it's deep down within your heart. And sometimes we may have some things that is all covered up. We may have burdens. We may have past experiences, situations, and circumstances. We may have memories and stories that are covering up our heart. And that's what makes us come out of alignment. So we're going to talk about having a calling and what that means. So when when I say having a calling, so everybody here has a purpose. Everybody on earth was put on earth for a reason. If you did not have a purpose, you would not be here. So your calling is really a nudge that calls you forward to serve others, to serve humanity. Okay. Everybody has a purpose. And I feel as though we all should be fulfilling the plan in our soul. Okay. And the only way to know this is to connect with your heart. Okay. So God, the higher power, is pure energy, pure love. Okay. So what happens is we as people here on this earth, we get knocked out of alignment because we start surrounding ourselves with people, places, and things and environments that do not serve our highest good. Okay. So, for instance, when people get out of alignment, they pretty much don't show themselves love anymore. They pretty much get depressed. They start feeling alone, start feeling useless. I mean, just a lot of feelings of lack, depression, and just feeling like you're in the victim mode. All of those different feelings that are in the scale of consciousness as a low vibrational feeling, those are things that we need to be mindful of when we start looking to say, how can we take ownership of our feelings? So we can get strength through our own mind, because our mind pretty much takes in information and it magnifies it. So, for instance, if you watch TV, okay, there's a lot of different shows that we love to watch, but when you are conscious and aware and you're taking responsibility to respect your own energy, you will understand that everything is not serving your highest good. So that means that in order to stay out of fear, to prevent the inner torture to your spirit, you have to start being mindful and selective about what you watch, what you listen to, who you surround yourself. If you're around people that's always talking negative and gossiping and talking about other people, that the people who you surround yourself with is what makes up who you really become. So I know one thing is that you want to live the most rewarding life. This is what we came here to do, okay? We came here to be able to live the rewarding life of what God did for us, okay? The sacrifice that He made for us to have life is so we will know His true power, okay? So I noticed that a lot of people are living in fear. Fear is what's preventing you from living that life to the fullest, living that promise. Okay. The promise is already here for us. If you're wanting to achieve goals and do the things you want to do, serve your purpose, become a coach, become a consultant, whatever it is that you want to do, we have to take responsibility that our brains are set up to keep us pretty much in a situation of whatever we're feeding it. So you can look at your mind as the Garden of Eden, and you can look at your thoughts as the seeds, okay? And your feelings are the water. So for instance, what are you growing? What plants are you growing? If your mind is the garden and your seeds are your thoughts, you are planting seeds in your own garden. That's what we're not really getting, I guess, in life. And it took me 30 years to really figure this out. Like, I've been through a lot of different things, and I noticed that the main thing in life was being aware, being self-aware. And secondly, which is why this is the second module, was taking ownership. Because a lot of people, they don't want to take responsibility. They don't want to say that this was all them. They don't want to be the one that has to do the hard work. But when you want change, you have to make change. Because living in fear is very unhealthy. Okay. And it's really just a psychological thing in everybody's head. Okay. So fear really comes from like a familiar incident that's happened, any trauma that's happened in your life in the past. And then what happens is, like I said, a belief is only a thought that you think over and over again. So every day is a new day. when we go to sleep and sleep for 8 hours, I hope you're sleeping 8 hours at least, okay? But when we go to sleep, it's like we refresh. We are refreshing, resetting. So when you wake up, when your conscious mind wakes back up and you immediately grab your phone and get on social media, scrolling at all the negative news or looking at everything that this and that person does, you are pretty much doing inner torture to your mind and spirit. And you wonder why you go off aggravated and having a bad day. What you feed your mind is what you really have to work with. So, all right. So in order to really break the cycle of allowing fear to hold you back, you have to be consciously aware. Like I said, self-awareness. You have to take the ownership and understand what things are holding you back. So go ahead and write down on your notebook, sheet of paper, and you're going to ask yourself, this is another inquiry question to help you digest or really just figure out what's holding you back. Okay. So you can actually just write out what's holding me back. What's keeping me in fear? What things are keeping me in fear? What people are keeping me in fear? What negative people are in my life? What people do I need to set boundaries with? Okay. So it's a lot of things that you can do by really breaking the cycle. You really have to master your life and program your life exactly how you want intentionally. If you don't program your life, the world will program it for you. Okay. So if you keep letting your mind be open and susceptible for any garbage to come in, then that's what you put in your can. Your mind can pretty much take a seed and turn it into a harvest. Like, that's the truth. Or it could turn it into a tragedy. And it's all for your own good to understand that you have to pay attention to your mind. Your mind, it all starts with the thoughts you have that turn into the feelings that you end up feeling. Okay. The battle of life is for the mind. Okay. And the battle of the mind is to learn how to focus. So when you want to take ownership, learn that whatever you focus on is what you will pretty much manifest in your life. And I didn't know this back then. Okay. And I didn't know that, I was sitting here reading about all this bad stuff and listening to negative people and having these people gossip and talk about all this stuff. All this was holding me back. All this kept me in fear. Okay, so how are we going to talk about how self-love is connected to cultivating confidence, clients, and cash flow? So when you really truly love yourself unconditionally, you will do whatever it takes to build yourself up to the worthy self that you believe yourself that you can be. Because you are worthy of what you want, and you are worthy to know why you want it and to always expect to receive it just because it's already been promised for you. So I know that with self-love, it's something that everybody loves to talk about, and it's not about the products that you use. Okay. It's not about that. This is about the inner work of really figuring out for one, you have to go back and look at your old story. So that was what we did in the first module, where we wrote out the old story and we declared that old story was no longer effective and active for us. But now with this, taking ownership and figuring out how can we love ourselves better, first we have to ask ourselves, why have we felt like we haven't loved ourselves to the fullest? What was it that has kept us from loving ourselves to the fullest? Was it a person? Was it a situation? And then we're going to also ask ourselves, how can we start implementing self-love in a better way? So there's not any right or wrong question or answer for this. This is all self-discovery. You want to find out why you have fear. You want to really sit back and ask this question. And like I said, when you journal, it's the same process as well, where, like I said, you'll tap into your intuition and everything will flow. Okay. You just have to start asking these questions aloud for your inner self to respond, and you will know. because a lot of people are unconscious out here. They're just accepting what comes and reacting, and that's it. It's a cycle that repeats itself, replaying over and over. People are wondering why the same chaos and confusion keeps going on, because they are not, trying to figure out what the problem is, why the problem was a problem, and what they can do to change this. And it's really just doing the inner work. Like I said, you would do these self-inquiry questions with yourself. You can journal, you can meditate, whatever it is that feels best for you is going to be the best thing for you. Okay. So you also want to write down what's blocking my awareness to the things that are blocking my self-love. So for instance, with this question, if you have people that you surround yourself with, that's always saying, "Oh girl, that ain't nothing, you overthinking," or whatever the case may be, those can be people that are blocking your awareness. Okay. Because we have to tap in, and we have to go within and be in solitude and silence. We have to stop asking for everybody else's opinion and start to learn who we really are, getting to know ourselves and getting to know God, because the power is in God. Okay. And I'm telling you, your awareness is your thoughts, feelings, actions, and choices. Okay. Most people only are a victim of their circumstances because they do not bring awareness to the problem. Okay. They just feel like, oh, that's it. This is what I get, and now I have to complain, and that's it. No, you notice something that you are not really shaking with, like, and you see it's not working for you, then that's when you have to say, all right, boom, let me see, what is it that I need to do? You have to start dissecting things. So when you evaluate the fact, okay, like I said, the fact, my acronym is feelings, actions, choices, and thoughts, then you can become aware to begin to solve the problem. Okay. So you can start creating your own results. So just remember, don't beat yourself up. Just, polish yourself up. And I thought of everything that I've been through, and I realized that, wow, at first, I was telling people all this new wisdom that I started tapping into from meditation and hearing my intuition. A lot of people don't believe in this stuff, but guess what? Those are the people that's going to watch you succeed. Those are the people who are going to watch you rise above. Okay. Because as above, so below. So when you work on your mindset, no one can hold any fear or anything on you. Okay. So this is good news. Okay. What we're going to do is, by taking ownership and loving ourselves, the first thing we're going to do is forgive ourselves. Okay. Forgive yourself for not knowing. Forgive yourself for not understanding how life was. Whatever you need to forgive yourself for. So this is something else that we can write in our journal. How can I forgive myself? What do I need to forgive myself for? Who do I need to forgive? Okay. So with a growth mindset, all of this information is beneficial for you. Okay. Instead of repeating the same old cycles of unhappiness, getting the same results, getting the same unhealthy relationships, and, just doing the same things over and over, you could finally start polishing up. It's all about introspection. Like I said, questioning yourself. This is how you discover what needs to be discovered, by taking that time to do the work. Because what happens is people get unhappy, of course, because life is not easy. There's a lot of challenges, chaos, and confusion and things that go on. And that's why a lot of people start doing drugs, being alcoholics, getting into suicide and all these different things, because they don't understand their emotions, and they don't understand where their beliefs come from. And I guess a lot of people don't realize that you can change your beliefs. A lot of people like to use the sorry excuse. That's just who I am. You're just going to have to accept it. Those are people with a fixed mindset who are stuck and fixed in the way that they are. They don't believe in self-development, personal development. They don't believe in growing. And even if that was you, that was the past, and that's no longer serving you. So when it's time to feel good, you're going to choose to feel good. You're going to declare it and speak into existence, because you deserve to live the best life possible. Okay. So you realize that it's your responsibility, your inner guiding system. Okay. Like I said, our emotions are our inner guiding system, and that's showing you any resistance in you. So when it comes to self-love and loving yourself to the very fullest, you go by your emotions, your inner guiding system. When you get that gut feeling something isn't right, you're around certain people and you get that funny feeling, that's what you need to listen to. That's a form of self-love, by being able to listen to your own intuition, following that inner guiding system. I don't agree with a lot of the things that go on TV and a lot of different things. Now that I've awakened to the truth, a lot of these shows and things are really purposely making people have the wrong perception of things, to not follow their heart, because guess what? That's where the power lies. Okay. The power lies in all that's within us. Okay. So I feel like a lot of this stuff is here to make people unhappy and keep them out of their alignment and out of their vibration. Because guess what? When you stay in a low vibration, a low frequency, you pretty much get further and further away from your purpose and from your calling. Okay. Everything that we could ever want in life is already done. Okay. There's different dimensions to tap into. But like I said, this is just the beginning. Okay. The beginning steps is just to start off by being aware, observing these things, shining light on these things that are dark in your life, and start by taking ownership. Start by doing things that's really going to help you make the change. Okay. Because staying in denial and acting like you perfect and you know everything is not going to take you anywhere. Okay. Because I learn each and every day, even with degrees and all. No one is perfect. We all have things to learn. Life is all about change, growing, and learning. Okay. Being able to adapt to new challenges and not really living in fear. Okay. So if you are ready to take a break, we're going to go ahead and let you take your polished sanity break, and I will see you back in a few minutes. All right, all right. Welcome back. Welcome back. If you decided to continue on, we are just touching bases on this is the ownership part of the map. Like I said, the purpose of the map on your spiritual and personal development journey, the map is what I created pretty much as like your compass. This is what you'll always revert back to, is the map, because this is the foundation of pretty much everything you need to know, no matter what challenges, circumstances, obstacles, overwhelm, whatever you got going on. If you feeling low on your self-worth, your self-love, or your self-control, this map is pretty much is these three components. Like I said, mindset, alignment, and productivity. This is what's going to guide you through. So for this module, I'm explaining how you would use the map in this part. Like if you're really focusing in on ownership and this is your weakness in this area, the way you would use the map. Okay, once again, like I said, always identify where you are now, where you want to be, and then boom, right here, ownership, how you're going to get there. This is the process. This is literally what you would have to do. Like I said, trust the process. And this is a continual process that you just have to have compassion and patience with yourself to understand that you always must reflect on your alignment. So, reflecting on your alignment. This is the meat of everything that you'll be doing no matter what happens in life. This is like recalibrating, getting yourself back together, okay? Polishing up. Polish through the process. This is reflecting on your alignment at any day, any time. If you are wondering, what can I do with my, self-love being low? How can I love myself better? You reflect on your alignment. And remember, like I said, your alignment is pretty much where you are on the vibrational scale of consciousness. When you are feeling love, happiness, bliss, enjoyment, you feeling that good feeling of self-love within, that means you're on the right track. When you feel good is when you are on the right track to manifesting what you want. You want to become a coach, you want to become a successful business owner, whatever it is that you have a vision for doing. This is your guiding system, your heart. Whenever you feel out of balance and your inner guiding system is showing you resistance, you're feeling anger and all that stuff, that's when you're giving your power away. Remember, like I said, thought separation is when you do your meditation and understand that you are not your thoughts. You have a whole bunch of thoughts based on whatever you are tuning into. If you're tuning into the past, thinking about things from the past, your alignment is going to be off because it's going to make you feel in a sour way. And that's not loving yourself. Loving yourself is making sure that you feel good. Okay. So, and taking ownership, like I said, we're working on feelings. Okay. And one little trick to help you bounce back into alignment and polish back into your self-love is visualization. Like I said, for the first one, for perspective shift, that was more so of the meditation practice fits with that. For this particular one with taking ownership, visualization really can help you pretty much like co-create your reality and also take control of what you are feeling. Okay, so this is so easy. You can choose to focus on what you want to focus on. You can choose to focus on things that make you happy. So what we're going to do is let you understand this is just a copy again of the same checklist. If you wanted to remember the exact step-by-step process as we discussed in module 1 of developing your growth mindset through visualization. And like I said, you can visualize while you're meditating, or you can visualize just sitting at work or wherever you are sitting at the desk. Using your mind's eye, your third eye, you develop a picture in your mind. You develop that image. Okay, you're using your imagination, by the way. So imagination, if you write that word out, it's basically I and an image. Okay, so that's basically saying that you are using the image in your mind's eye, in your third eye, to visualize what you would like to see for your life. You would set that intention. So if you're working on self-love, think of the loving thought. Find the good feeling thought. Find the embracement, like embrace the good feeling. I'm trying to break this down in the best, easiest way as possible, because all you have to know is you need to find anything that makes you happy. So this exercise today, for this module, what I'll have you guys do for homework is you're going to go ahead and write a list. I don't care how long it is, but I would suggest a minimum of 10 items on a checklist, and title this things I love or things that make me happy, and keep going. You can do this at night before you go to bed, actually, because this will help raise your vibration as well. Thinking about something good before you go to sleep is really powerful. But go ahead and write a list out, anything and everything that makes you feel good. For example, when I first did this, I wrote a lot of different things, anything that came to mind, and it helped me. It could be even the most simplest things, even the things that you wouldn't think are anything. Like, for instance, I love fluffy animals. Like, I love fur. I love soft plush blankets. I love hot, warm coffee, warm drinks like tea. Let's see, it could be anything. I love aromatherapy. I love incense. I love oils. All the things that you love. If you love to laugh, if you love to sing, any and everything, you make that list, because like I said, we're being intentional. If you want to raise your vibration and focus more on self-love, you have to know what you love. Okay. And then after you do this one list, the second thing we're going to do is, why do you love all of these things? And then also, if you want to go further with this, you can also write a separate journaling page of how you plan on implementing these things in your daily practice, your daily routine, to develop yourself for more stronger self-love. Like I said, everything is all about the habit. Everything is all about every day, the choices you make, the actions you take. focus and feel. Okay. This is all what everything is about. Being intentional, you focus on what you want. You feel as if it's already done, as if you already have it. And that's it. So when you're visualizing, also, I just want to let you guys know, you think from the end result, okay? You see yourself at the very end. You see yourself as if you already have it. You've already made it. You've already started that business. You see yourself doing the things that you would like to do in order to make yourself happy, fulfilled, and feeling so much love. So in order to overcome obstacles, this is pretty much what you would do. It doesn't matter what you see out in this 3D world, in this world of illusions, what you see spiritually in your mind's eye, your third eye, okay? The eye on top of the pyramid, what you see, the enlightenment within is what is your power, okay? So let's start taking ownership, and, we're going to go ahead and just keep doing what we have to do. So we're going to do the same homework assignment again as a reflection, but this reflection assignment, writing your story from the new perspective, is all about ownership, okay? So basically, you're writing out your new story, your ideal life as your new confident self, okay? Whatever you want to be, a coach, consultant, content creator, you write that story out and say, I am the official polished queen. I show up every day standing in my self-worth, standing in my confidence. I set strong boundaries, whatever it is you would like to say. You create that story and you stand up and you read this story every day in the mirror and you take ownership for your new life, okay? You implement this, speaking those words of positivity. Like I said, everything is energy. So if a lot of people may not believe this stuff, but guess what? They are the ones that missed out, because if you don't believe, you don't receive. You receive everything you believe in. This is already happening. We are already receiving what we believe in. So that's why when you want to make a change and do something different, you have to create a new story. Say goodbye to that old story and write that new story, okay? Also, your journal prompt is going to be, how can you start taking ownership today? Your reflection questions: what beliefs and what behaviors are affecting my self-worth? Okay, what beliefs and behaviors can I add to begin to start valuing my self-love? And what new behaviors and boundaries can I add to my life to start protecting my own self-control? So that means, like, if you have to set boundaries and put your phone on do not disturb mode every day at 8 p.m. to 8 a.m., that's what you'll need to do. If you have to block out certain people on your social media, that's what you need to do. If you have to unfollow certain pages, that's what you need to do. If you need to make yourself private, whatever it is, this is what you're doing. This is all self-discovery and inner work. You write out the plan of your new beginning, okay? So when you want something different, you do something different. We making a change. We polishing in for the win, and we knowing our worth in here. Okay. Like I said, it's all about self-worth, self-love, and self-control. You got this, sis. Okay. If I have any males listening as well, you got this, king. We are all kings and queens. You have to stand in your power, stand in your authority, and know who you are and who you were born to be. I will see y'all in the next module. Hope you enjoyed this. Feel free, if you need to rewind or watch this again, you have access to this course all the time. All right. See